Now then, so you asked for it, and here it is. We're looking at the soldiers list I put together in the six faction six decks video. And it's an interesting one because I'm kind of combining a couple of things, I guess. So we have like a soldiers package with like Ramon and Vigrev and cavalry and all that kind of stuff. But we've also paired it with tactical decision just because that combination with Snowdrop and Sunset Wanderers is just very, very solid. Um, and I think there's probably improvements that can be made, but I think it's already, reasonably solid. It's not incredible. I don't think it's the best direction for NG. You better just go and like an assimilate, that kind of boring thing. But it's been working all right. There's a few things to keep in mind with this list. We do have Joachim and Ivar, which is always a risk. But paired with our leader, we have a lot of consistency on the draws. We can, with our leader, put something on top so we can guarantee what comes off Joachim. So we don't have to worry too much about the Ivar. Arguably, the Joachim could just be cut from the list because we're not running a coup. So it's basically just a one shooter, helps a bit with thinning, that kind of thing. Also, when it comes to the thinning, we have one blight maker, so the idea is that's going to pull a mage assassin. And then from our leader, we pull the other mage assassin and Afan, we get them in hand. And then when we use our leader, we put mage assassin and Afan, the top two cards, and then they get pulled out. In terms of why I haven't gone Imperial Formation with this list is, I mean, I've tried Imperial Formation, I just don't think it's that good, unfortunately. Passive's really nice for sort of things like, Crossbowman and Tortoise. It allows you to play these cards that really need the armor and make them a lot safer and make it kind of bad for your opponent's removal. But beyond that, it's not really offering much, so I'd rather just go for the tried and tested sort of approach that you get from a tactical decision, and that's just kind of a good way to go for NG if you're not going for like imprisonment or double cross. To be honest, I think that's it for the list. Now we do have memberships available on the channel now. If you click the join button below the video, it'll give you all the information you need. It's just 99p, helps support me make my videos and that kind of thing. If you don't want to go the monetary route, things like liking, subscribing, commenting really helps me out. And also, before I go into the games, I'm going to be playing in the qualifiers for Duel of Dogs this weekend. So, I mean, depending on how that goes, there may not be a video on Sunday. It's a 2-day thing. There's day one of qualifiers, you get through day one, you get into day two. So I'll be playing that on Saturday. I'll stream that as well over on my Twitch. You won't get much interaction out of me, I'll be muted, and there'll be a stream delay just so I can concentrate on the games, but I will be streaming those, using some interesting decks, I think. Definitely some interesting ones. And hopefully then we'll be playing on Sunday. I'll do the same again. So yeah, without further ado, I will get into the games. Alright, Frost. I mean, this is probably pretty good in the later rounds just because they don't have any like tall removal for our snowdrop, so we might get a little something out of this game. I mean, we don't. Later on, we're going to want the mage assassin in hand, but not right now. We'll check that. Snowdrop's nice to see, and let's drop toss. So I think what we'll do is we'll start with the sergeant. I mean, there's really no downside to doing this, actually. Because no tall removal. I mean, they might have an Imlerist Wrath, okay, but we have plenty of tall stuff that's kind of going to be a problem, so. And I would rather this stick, something like a, what's the word coming in? Like a, what's natural selection or something like that would be that amazing, to be honest. So yeah, I'd rather just get that down. And we'll start setting these up. Obviously, this means pikemen aren't as good, but mainly because Frost isn't really going to hit this because of how tall Sergeant is. It's relatively safe. And if we develop these, we can get plenty of value out of our later cards. Back in the Frost, yeah. I mean, that works out for us, because that means we can kill this off nice and early. Ramon's one of these weird cards, like, feels so power corrupt. Because it's 10 provisions, it's pretty solid, being able to get another soldier out. But compare this to, like, an Adalia, for example. Compare it to Adalia, where, you know, it's got 1 more power, but like 2 armor compared to a shield doesn't even come close. You're limited to soldiers, not just anything. It's a little sad sometimes, a little bit sad sometimes. But I guess it is what it is. Just play Nilfgaardian Knight. It does obviously boost them up, but it doesn't give them dominance. I don't really want to slam the cavalry. I think we're going to get better lock targets with the cavalry. Bruises to the other, yeah. I mean, we could pass here. Just don't feel like playing any of this. I mean, we could, I guess we can play this. It basically plays for like 1, 2, 3, 8, 32, 30. They need 17 points to catch up. So they don't, we're not in danger of losing the round uneven by any means. It's just whether we want to keep playing him. I don't love. Actually. We'll pop it here because we don't care about locking this up, and should this spawn Frost, it does protect the armor on these. But yeah, I'd rather pass on 5. Passing on 6 just always feels bad. No dominance. Okay, well, we're basically asking 9 points of them because they'll get the tick from the Frost. I mean, nine's quite a few points. Yeah. Okay. I think we'll probably just go into another couple of games then. Yeah, Rakka's Swarm. Alright. I left that other game in. I was considering whether or not to, but I think there was a couple of things in that were interesting and a little bit important. So one of the let me just do my mulligans quick. I can't think. Holding the lock's never bad. Crossbowman's good. Alright, let's stick with this. Yeah, so what I was gonna say was with that first game there was a couple of things. So the first one being putting the Albarant cavalry on the range row was not like overly relevant, but should Frost have come in, you know, it could have been relevant later on. And it was something I was going to talk about in that game, but obviously we didn't get to that point. Just because of the way things went. But just thinking about placement, things like that, they can sometimes be like quite relevant. moving forwards. You know, even if it's a couple of points, it's a couple of points. And also, when we passed as well was really relevant. You know, we had a big points lead, and they kept playing into us. So like, we were up by. They basically needed points, was it? They needed to play 9 points, which kind of required them to go for the what's the name? Go for the girls, try and find something, you know, a bit valuable. And what that then led to was, I'm assuming they forfeited because they hit, you know, something like they're all Bron and like they're all Sorrel or something, like two things they really didn't want to play. And that's one of the important things about like when you pass is super, super important. Because our decision to pass when we did was very, very relevant. That match, very, very relevant. And we might be seeing something similar here. So we're doing kind of the same thing again. We're ahead by quite a bit at 5. Yeah, so we get past now. I mean, arguably, we maybe didn't even need to use the charge off Mushy Truffle. Yeah, I don't think we needed it. But yeah, passing's it's a lost art form. Definitely a lost art form. Pikeman's still relevant in this matchup. It's not amazing. We do kind of want to find no drop, to be honest. Alright, let's just play this out. Reason being, having this set up is a lot better going forwards. Now, as if we're playing in here or not. I think we have enough gas in the tank that if we, you know, do go to round 3, we've still got leader. Sunset will stop us falling behind here. That's probably getting heat waved anyway. Okay, that's good for leader going forwards. I don't love the idea of giving him a super long round. I'm assuming this is just the standard kind of swarm list. I mean, we have a pass. Yeah, because they're going to get 7 points here. Ivar plays for 14 here. Could take an Ivar. Problem is just the rest of it's not looking all that amazing. Yeah, we'll chill on this. I think this is okay. Yeah, 7's going to come out for them. They're at 20. Yeah, it's interesting. Just aware of their sunset moving across as well. Would get a little bit sketchy. Snowdrop. Okay. Do we want to lock that or not? Because that's just going to get tall for Ivar. So. Hail Mary for Snowdrop. Guess we're locking it. Alright, so it's going to have to be leader, try and find Snowdrop. Really unfortunate. Not finding it. I haven't found Yembo as well. But with any luck, I mean, the perfect draws we can get off of our leader is like Snowdrop, Yembo, Afan, because then we can shuffle these two back. And then, you know, Snowdrop would give us draws as well. Well, I'm just gonna go leader now because there's no reason not to. That's Snowdrop, cool. There's Afan. Literally said out perfect draws. Okay. We take those ones. We definitely take those ones. Right. Guess we don't mind missing those. Put back you, and let's put back. Don't think we're going to need the lock. Because then we'll play like Nautica Sergeant, we'll play Crossbowman. So then we have a Vargraf Pocket kind of setup. That's our Ivar target. So we need to play Ivar soonish. Just because of the nature of him. He goes from, I mean, here he's going to play for like 24 points. Instead of playing for 24 points, he'll play for quite a bit less. Quite a bit less. I mean, we probably want to clear off units from their side. Alright. And big Ivar.
Kill me with poison. You have to drown me in it.
A huge Ivar, to be honest. I mean, just because of these two existing, Heatwave was always going to be a problem for us. Maybe no Heatwave. Maybe. But you away. We might as well lock you up. Now we just have toll removal, don't we? Glusty? There's a Glusty, we just win. Good stuff. Do we like the double toll removal? I'll be honest. Do we like that double toll removal? Alright, this is the test, right? I mean, I said at the start, like, double cross is probably a better way to go, so I guess we can see, can't we? We can find out. Let's throw you back. Lock I don't think is too relevant. I don't love this. Alright, that's a lot better. So we could just go Remonstrate into a Crossbowman if we wanted. Or we can just do the thinning. Problem with going like Remonstrate into Crossbowman, we miss the deploy off it. If they just play a Blightmaker into it, it's a 50-50 that it gets hit. We'll just play the Nilfgaard Ignite. You know, it's an 8 for 5 when they've not got anything on the board, so kind of good. Just thinking that's like one less trigger for the Crossbowman. I guess we don't have that many soldiers this round anyway. We'll probably look to Yembo something this round, give us something nice for later on. Exactly what I was talking about. The Crossbowman. Hand's not lined up too amazingly for the Sunset either. But that's okay. Honestly, this may just be a pass on 7 kind of hand. You know, we can just play the crossbowman and pass. Might be the way to go. So 6, 21, 25, up by 10. I think that's enough tempo. Yeah, I think I'm happy enough with this. 10 points is enough tempo that we'd probably get the pass here. Because looking at this, they may put some stock in the armor, so they might put some damage into it, which means it doesn't play for 2 points, and maybe. Or they just tempo ahead like this. Okay, I'm gonna go Joachim. It could be unlucky for us, as there are bad things to hit, but there's a lot of sort of bronze stuff where we're like, okay. Yeah, but that's okay. As I say, we're not using Joachim like you would traditionally, where it's like a big kind of later gameplay to play Joachim and Kuit because you only have like 2 units left in your deck. We're running a very unit heavy deck, so we can't use him to reliably get specific things. And the later we leave Joachim, the more likely he is to pull an Afan or a Mage Assassin. So yeah, a lot of the time we kind of don't want that.
I need not spill blood to make you suffer like never before.
Yep, I'm out. I'm out. If they bleed, we're in a fine position because Sunset protects us pretty well. We've still got Toll removal, we've got Ramon, we've got Ivar, we've got Snowdrop. I think we're looking good. I mean, we didn't use it this time, but this is kind of why I like Ivar in Soldiers lists, because you run both Knights and Tortoise. And in theory, if you play 2 Knights, 2 Tortoises, you can boost their tallest unit up by 10. So Ivar just always finds value. And speaking of finding value, this is a very nice hand. Deep potential here. I mean, honestly, we could just Yember that if we wanted. He has nice synergy with Snowdrop. We have other toll removal for anything else. Yeah, I'm taking it. I expect a pass is probably coming in, so we can just drop down a pikeman. Just something to dry pass. That looked like a dry pass kind of play from them. You know, playing down from 8. Or not.
I know the truth.
Which is also fine.
I simply want you to admit it.
So we can afford to go Sergeant. Do we want to? I guess it's 1 less point on the Sunset. And will result in 1 more point on the Sergeant, but we kind of don't care. It works out marginally better because we could have, like, say, played Ramon first. Would have kept us ahead, but this is like less committal and also spreads out the points. So like going forwards, basically playing this before something else means Sunset Wanderers play for 1 less point because it would have skipped over Nausicaa first. But because we're playing this before anything else, we'll get 1 more battle cry and deploy effects. Sorry, battle cry. God, how have I got what's it called? Hearthstone on the brain. 1 more deploy. It spread out the points. Like this ordering has played for exact same points, but the difference is this is 5 and this is 9 instead of this is 4 and this is 10, for example. And also they played something into the front row that works out better for pikemen as well. So this shouldn't be too bad. We can just play a pikeman this round. Nightmaker, okay. I would imagine they probably do this for carryover going forwards. Yeah, so there's like a Bratham's or an Artoward on top. I mean, honestly, these sergeants haven't impressed me too much. Like, we have enough deploys to justify it, I think, with like Ivar, our leader, Ramon, Crossbowman, blah 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 blah.
Target acquired.
This kind of looks like we might be getting out a card up. And I mean, we've held on to Snowdrop as well. I mean, our next card's gonna have to be Ivar. I don't love, but you know, it's okay. He still plays as what, 12, 13? Plays for like 13. Puts us ahead by 19 points minus whatever they play. You know, this is looking good. Their double cross scares me, since they just have kind of good picks. We can see. Who for a copy of what? Perfect timing. Right, bad plays for even more. Of course, they have a good Brathy, but I guess that is what it is.
And if I insert a needle here, what then?
Oh, we can't hero pass.
Two bad signs. It is better to be on the winning one.
I'll take going a card up. We'll definitely take that. So now we want to find Afan and Mage Assassin. Probably going to be our that'll be our last play, kind of. Is ordering. Kind of gross. Kind of gross. They haven't used a Yembo yet, which scares me more than a little bit. Play this a little slower. Let's play this out. I guess we can hold this for later on, can't we? That doesn't do anything.
We all err at times. Even I do.
But you needed to wait a turn on that. I think we can just use this as like last play or second to last play. Yeah, they're probably going to take the arm off this, aren't they? Emissary. I would have thought the copy here would have been better. Fair enough. Of course, that hits the armor. So... And depends what they do here. If they use Ember, we'll go into Snowdrop. If not, we will just play the Mage Assassin from hand. I mean, what do they have left? Basically kind of have nothing left. Did they use both coup? They used Coom round 2. Yembo out now is good. Very good.
Why aren't you listening? Listen to me sing, damn it!
Need to go back. I mean, they might have a heat wave, which I'm just now realising, but there he is. But even if that's a heat wave, we're fine. Okay, oh, into a lock, which doesn't do a great deal. Cool. Maybe this list is good. Maybe I underestimated my deck building ability. But yeah, I really like this list, to be fair. If you give it a try, let me know, and I will catch you later. And as I said, depending on how the tournament goes, maybe no video on Sunday, maybe there is. And swing by, like, drop by the Twitch and watch me, no doubt, through the tournament, because I'm not bringing the strongest lists. So catch you later.